Hello, this is Sybil Harmony, Psychic Medium, and this is a political reading. And I know that some people don't like to watch political readings, so I do put out videos on my website. Well, are those pieces of dust or orbs going by? I think I have orbs. Do people see the little white things? Oh my God, I got orbs again. Okay. See that just floating by my face? Like there's one like right there. They don't go like dust. They go like up and then oh, there's another. Wow. Oh my God. They're just, okay. Very cool. Thank you, Spirit, for being a part of my video. I love, wow. Okay. All right. So I wasn't planning on that, but I turn it over to Spirit every time I tune in. Now, if you don't want to watch the political videos, I have a newsletter that you can sign up for on my website where you just get spiritual videos that I make about different spiritual topics, how to grow spiritually, how to develop yourself, which is really why we're here, to create, to manifest, to heal, to grow, to develop. Okay. So that can be done. You're creating a business, you're creating a family. So that can be part of your life purpose. But we're also here to grow spiritually. Usually after we finish school, had a family, started a career, that is there's a big one that went by. I don't know if you just saw that behind my head on the right side, on your right. Okay, so, yeah, all right. Okay. So that's so cool. Thank you, Spirit, for being here. And I will tune in. This is the same thing that happened to me on the video I did about Ukraine and deceased people. So these may be, let me just ask Spirit what these are. Ghosts, Spirit, deceased people. They're deceased. Are they from Ukraine? Well, I may reconnected with so I'm going to do some prayers and some healing after this video to cross over and help whoever is needing help that showed up. Usually a medium, I'm a medium, so, and a psychic, but a medium connects with people on the deceased side, and so a medium is like a bright light, like, you know how fire, like little flies and bugs will come at night to a bright light, little moths. That's like the same thing. They're attracted to a medium because the medium can help them, and they know that it's like a magnetic attraction or a light, because everything is energy. So, wow, okay. So I'm going to help to cross those beings over. The last time this happened to me was in my video, The Beloved Souls of Ukraine, and there were spirits floating around in there, and I figured out it was from the deceased people, because I did a journey at sleep. I go journey in dream time. I went over there, and it really scared me when I saw that. But some of them followed me back, because you could see one floating back there, and then it goes up, and then, okay, so, yep, there's more. Okay. Wow. All right. Okay, so I'm going to tune in with them. So when that happened before, I was feeling quite ill from it. I think because the energy over there is so intense, and I saw the energy of death and what it looked like in like a spirit form, and it freaking freaked me out. So because it wasn't just death, it was like causing fear. It was the energy of fear, like these things that formed out of fear and death. It's really intense. And I crossed them over after the video and did another video after that. So if you want to see that one, it's The Beloved Souls of Ukraine, but you're seeing it now because they are here. And so I did mention Ukraine in my last video, because I'm concerned about the nuclear, and it does look really scary. It looks bad. It's dangerous, and that's what Russia wants it to be, scary. They want to scare people. They feed off, and those lower energies feed off that fear. Somebody, I think it was Preston, asked, do other countries use remote viewing? Well, Russia uses, Putin is psychic. He's a dark master, okay? So he's connecting with these, and a lot of secret societies, very wealthy people do that either through ways of manifesting and working with their own wealth and power, but sometimes, a lot of times, on the dark side. So he is definitely on the dark side, and so he knows how to use energy, certainly propaganda, and kind of like, almost like a cult leader, like Trump is a cult leader. You have to be really, to believe all the lies is just crazy. But I mean, you really have to be hidden on just the right-wing media, not see anything really that's going on to believe, to not catch his lies. I mean, like, and a lot of people don't even like him, and they know he lies, but they just go along because other people, not really. My read says only about 20% of America would still vote for him, but they're a very loud group, and what percent of the Republican Party is that? I think I did that in my last video, but I wanted to talk more about what Preston was asking me. Thank you for your question, Preston. Are other countries using remote viewing? So I just said that Russia uses dark energy. I said that China, they do really mysterious things. They have a very old and kind of mystical, like I do feng shui, but I do Americanized, modernized feng shui. There's really involved, so they do that, and that does involve working with the hungry ghosts, they call it. And so there are things that Xi does, or his government does. And so, like, what other countries? All countries have, like, their, like, Muslim countries, they're in prayer, and they're in ceremony, for their country, for their people. Specifically, remote viewing. Let's see. Are countries using remote viewing? And I feel like Ronald Reagan, his wife used to be an consultant astrologer. A lot of people didn't know that, but I feel like she really helped him. But does Biden consult any psychics? No, I feel like there are people in the government who secretly, get readings or check in with people who are, let's see, are there remote viewing? No, I don't feel like we're doing that as a program anymore, but I do feel like American officials, some, or their wives are checking in with a psychic or a healers, or you can actually set the energy. You can, through ceremony. It's quite powerful, especially if you get a group of people. But are there countries doing remote viewing? I'm getting a yes on that. Would it be like Iran? Yeah, they're an old culture too. Israel? So I was thinking it before it started moving. So Israel, probably not. They're doing more like prayer, and a lot of cultures do chanting, which is a type of energy erasing, like Buddhist chanting or some kind of Hindu chanting. So Hindus have like many gods they work with. And so you got the Ayurvedic healers but as far as working specifically with the government, like is India doing remote viewing? Not really. I feel they have a type of spirit. They're like a very old country. India. They can be pretty intense and very spiritual in different ways. but they're also kind of patriarchal, which is weird. I mean, I love their culture. I love the Indian people. I'm not criticizing them, but and their Ayurvedic healing and their type of another type of astrology. I'm in the West, so I tune into tropical astrology, but it's Vedic. So it's really quite amazing type of astrology. But as far as their officials, like some people, like it's kind of like America. Like some people will check in, but they don't really let you know what they're doing in their personal lives to help them in their career and all that. But I feel like it would really help America if we would get more into a spiritual space and understanding. A lot of times people, like Trump did this, he would affirm things that weren't really true, like it was true for big corporations, but then he'd say it so much, and then other people would start saying like a positive thing about himself, like the economy is so great, it's never been so great, I created all these jobs. And he didn't really. Mostly it was still the leftover from Obama. We changed, it's only 4 years he was in there. So, I mean, but he keeps saying that the economy's good and it's so great and everything's great. And then his followers start believing that and they start repeating that. And then people are like, oh, yeah, it is. Now, we forget the last year of his presidency, the economy was destroyed. And he had COVID everywhere. So, but people, they don't remember that. They don't say that. But what I'm saying is that if you start repeating something and affirming it, it's kind of like a prayer or a thought. And then everybody starts thinking that. And then all of a sudden they think it's true. So it's a kind of an energy healing. It's like a kind of a brainwashing. It's actually dishonest. So it's on the dark side. It is. It isn't kind of. It is on the dark side. But he knew how to do that to like ramp people up with his lies that were positive lies that they wanted to believe. They weren't really. But then they would kind of have a positive effect on people. So that people would be like, well, because they didn't want the big oil or coal regulated. And big corporations didn't want to pay taxes, and so they just and he fixed it for regular income to households to get a little bit of a break for a while, so they think, oh yeah, it's good, but everyone forgets he's the one that closed everything down, because they keep saying the Democrats closed us down and made us wear masks. No, that happened under his watch. So it's really, but he makes you think it's not him. So that's kind of a dark magic. It's a propaganda thing. But yeah, thanks for your question, Preston. And if you want me to look at a specific country, I will. But I think a lot of the Nordic countries are very spiritual in different ways. Like, does England use remote viewing? No, I don't feel like people are doing that a lot anymore. Oh, wait, they're saying sometimes. Some people do. Oh. Does Canada use remote viewing? Well, Canada's very open. Well, look at that. That's a yes. Wow. Okay, interesting. All right. I did pull a card for everybody today. I have more questions, but the card is this card here. I don't know if you can see a Zen Buddhist garden here. This is an old deck. I don't even know if you can get these anymore. But what it's saying is, and it might be, this could be about your own job, your own career, because I get a lot of people that don't like their jobs in my readings. And this explains it really well. But it also explains dealing with friction, how there are hidden gifts in friction. Like, there's a reason that Trump came on the scene. He was allowed to, because I feel like the way the system's set up, it wasn't really helping the American people. Like, ever since the 80s, well, the 80s were good, but I feel like, they got the insider trading, And, so the economy was good in the 80s, but it hasn't been going good for a lot of people or people of color. And now we have a lot of homeless and a lot of, it hasn't been going really, like it wasn't real strong and robust. Trump kept saying it was, but especially his last year was a disaster. Everything shut down, literally. No one remembers that. No one says that. Like, I don't hear them saying that, but everyone gets kind of brainwashed. I'm like, wait a minute, that happened, and Trump was president. Okay. So, but in friction, and even in dark teachers, and in friction in life, because remember, this isn't heaven. We're in earth school. There's dark and light, good and bad. There's a dichotomy, left and right, okay? And so in that friction, there is gifts. Therein lies the secret way to the graceful life. Okay, so expressing your highest nature through your work, or what you do, or how you're of service, is sometimes the easiest when work is not exactly as you wish it to be, or maybe the world is not exactly as you wish it to be. Therein lies hidden gifts with friction. Therein lies the secret way to the graceful life. You are not what you do. Your work is a higher mirror, providing a reflection from which to learn in your evolutionary process. When work becomes a higher skill, and you begin to fine-tune not only your physical self, but your spirit. Then you begin to not only fine-tune your physical self, but your spirit. A Zen garden expresses the essence of life and a highly perfected skill. Come to the inner truth that produces true skill. In other words, they're saying through friction, you can perfect yourself and your skill, or however you're showing up in this really intense time with all this. Well, the light just changed. I think the little beings, the floaties, went away. Where'd you guys go? They just came in to say hi and thanks. Okay. Because I didn't feel like, before I felt like they were really distressed, and now they're just like, hi, we're helping you. Okay. Yeah, let's get back to the questions. But as far as this is, it's really an old card. But what they're talking about is that, we're in this time of a lot of friction and discord, and people can feel like it's fearful, or things are falling apart, or that it's not safe. And we're going through this birthing, healing process in this to perfect ourselves. And that's kind of why we came here. So I hope that makes sense. And so we can use this time, because if you're just happy all the time and you're feeling good, which I like to do because I try to tune into that vibration, because I know it supports me and helps me, and then I can be there for other people. But when you notice that there is friction, but you don't match it, it's like I'm observing it, but the less I match that or become that, what it wants you to do is be afraid and be stressed and, or whatever, or start yelling or get angry back. And then which is you're going to do because you're human. But as soon as you notice that and go, what can I learn in even any difficult situation, any illness? What can I learn? Any job you don't like, any relationship that's hard? There's something there for you to learn, because remember, this is Earth School. And, all right. And if you go through it, you will come out the other side stronger and clear. And this is how we're creating a better world. Okay. So some of the things that I saw was just some visions. There was something about that JD guy. I don't know why they're showing me this, but I feel like he's not going to win. Is he running for? He's running for an office. I don't know where, but my guides were showing him. My guides were showing him to me. Like, I feel like he's like a really violent person, and I feel like, let's ask. I don't feel like he's going to win. Is he going to win? Like, I feel like he's already in Congress or something. Is he going to win? Like, I don't think so. No, I'm getting a no. Now, he might even have some kind of incident. I don't know if it's going to come out, but I feel like he's like promoting guns or he's violent or something. There's a shocker. A radical right promoting guns and being violent. Okay. I don't really, I think he's congressman, like that guy with the eye patch. He was in the military. It's too bad because he could have been like a really hero because he's really brave, but he went on the dark side. He went on the radical right. Yikes. Okay. So what I was seeing, actually, this is really for entertainment purposes only. Trump, like you see in the movies, like sniffing drugs. Oh my God. I'm like, and I remember a bunch of psychics like 3-4 years ago were saying, oh, he's sniffing Adderall. Yeah, I think that's it. So he's super stressed. And I keep seeing him with like coffins. And I thought, is that his ex-wife? And then it had an American flag on it. Like, part of him is thinking like, I'm going to fight this, like all these court cases happening at once. And some of his candidates have won, so he's feeling hopeful. And then when he looks at, reality, he's thinking, it looks like he's thinking, oh, he's really pissed. Like, what if he faked his death? Because he can't leave because they took his passports, which I don't think was a mistake. They're like, whoopsie, they were in the box of papers. Yeah. Now, I don't know if that'll actually ever happen, that he fakes his death. But he's got that kind of a mind where he's always scheming and planning, like, what he's going to do. And so I feel like he's thinking about that. I don't feel like that, like he'll actually do it. But I feel like if he thought he could, like, fake his death and then actually leave the country, but he can't really leave the country. It's weird. Okay. Nothing surprises me anymore. Okay. I mean, that's just what my guides are showing me. That may not even come out, but I'm just telling you where he's at. He's sniffing that Adderall. He's thinking crazy stuff. And Jackie asked me, does the DOJ know what he did with the classified documents? And I see Garland, Merrick Garland, with this big, like his power, like a scepter, and he's breaking glass, like moment to break glass. He's breaking this big glass, like he's breaking into the case and getting the information. And they have, let's see, I would say yes, they have, they know that he did something with the nuclear codes. Do they know that he sold out names, ways, and means of the CIA agents, like spies around the world? I don't think they quite know that yet, but they're pretty on to the nuclear codes, and they know it's an emergency. So break glass in case of emergency. They are breaking the glass. It was an emergency, or they wouldn't have done that because they don't want to start, violence. And now their agents are compromised too because Trump's turning them against people. People are turning against the FBI. His people are turning against the. Is this light weird? I feel like the light changed. Okay. All right. And so, can people see me? Let's see. There's a lot of weird sunlight in here. Okay. So, Jan B asked, does that guy, what's his name, Patel, it says Sami Patel. I don't think that's his name. He's a Trump appointee, and he's in the Kash Patel. Will he be stopped? I see Kash Patel. When I look at him, he showed me that he feels like he's in a war situation, like an emergency, and he wants to be the Red Cross and help the Trump people. Because I see him like the Red Cross. They go into areas like where there's war, and they're helping people. So I feel like he wants to help Trump still. He's not, he's really ungrounded. So that means he does not know who he is. And he's kind of nutty and really patriarchal and not very intelligent. He just kind of like a yes guy. And so he's trying to like help people. But I feel eventually he's going to leave kind of out the back door or the side door. He doesn't want it to be, people don't want it to be real public. But he will leave, and it'll be a clean cut. Like I see the door opens, he comes out and closes, and it's done. He is done with that job. But I feel like he's holding his head, like he feels like he's going crazy because he didn't understand how his Trump thing could go wrong. And he feels really alone because they're like a snake pit. They all turn on each other. They're not, they're all lying and trying to save their own necks. And Trump doesn't give loyalty to anybody. He wants loyalty, but he's not giving it to them. So he feels really alone, like he can't understand what happened. Like I see him like, oh, what happened? So that's sad. I'm sorry to see that, but you follow that guy, and nobody gets to a good place that gets involved with Trump. You either end up breaking the law, going to jail, turning on Trump, or supporting him till the wheels fall off and you're all alone. It's like a snake pit. They're all after each other. I mean, they could turn on each other at any time. It's really weird. Okay. And then there was Prop 27, and somebody, I didn't write down her name. Somebody said there's a sister prop, which is Prop 26. And I'm going to go stay with my original read. It's yes on Proposition 27. That's a proposition in California that helps native tribes and homeless people. And then there's Proposition 26, which I believe doesn't. And so I'm going to stay with that unless that's what my guides are saying. Let's see, no on 26. Show me how to vote on 26, yes or no? No. No, okay. So, I mean, you don't want to just put up a pendulum it's best to be educated, and I wanted to read up on it, and I did a little bit, and I got, I asked somebody to look into it for me, and that's what I understood after reading it. And then I asked my guides. So I want to be a little more educated than just because the pendulum is affected by the energy that we're vibrating with and spirit. And so that's what causes it to spin in a yes or a no. But if you are not grounded, or you're channeling some other spirits and you are not setting the energy, it could set for you. It could give you a false reading because also, if you have a personal desire for it to be a certain way, we have to be neutral when we're doing stuff like this. Even though I obviously don't like Trump or certain things, I'm trying to give you the cleanest message possible, which is not tainted with what I want to happen, which could be really easy to do, but not really helpful. To just sit here and tell you, here's what I think is right, and here's what's going to happen, because it's coming straight from Spirit. Okay, now I'm doing a class on Monday evenings, Pacific Standard Time, on Zoom, of energy healing, connecting with your guides. It's a super fun class. I made it really affordable. It's on my website, and you can also sign up for the newsletter on my website. For the spiritual videos, but they come out on YouTube too. You could just get them on YouTube. My website is Sybil. I'll put it in the comments below, but it's Sybil. I can't do it right away the way this phone works. I have to wait for it to come out. So if you don't see my website right there right away, That's because I haven't gotten, I'm working with clients today and I haven't got time to put it on yet. But it's S-I, it's the old Greek spelling, SIBYL, harmony.com. And that's where you can go and sign up at the bottom for the newsletter and or the class. Go to classes if you want to sign up for the class, or send me an email and let me know that you want to do that. And if you can't make it this Monday, it's every Monday, and it's really fun, and we're looking at energy, we're grounding ourselves, we're feeling good, we're having fun with spirit. So come on and join us. It's really fun. And I do that also for people who can't afford like a regular reading, because it's only like $25 a class, or you know, I made it real affordable so everyone can do it. And if you don't even have that, you know, you could ask me, and you could be there anyway, because it's to help people. So, but I don't have, this is my job, so if I don't charge for this, then I wouldn't be here, because I'd be working somewhere. And anyway, oh, thank you so much. Please leave comments, ask questions, subscribe, and it really helps me if you share my video. Thank you. Namaste. And